Happy Monday. What's
Yeah,
happening,
yeah.
Sniper?
What's up? Monster Monday. Monster Monday.
Monster Monday is right. Ray and FOMO out on assignment.
I know.
So the
Strange,
floor is
right?
ours. The two guys that, sit back and let it happen.
I mean, we all know
Now
who the
we're in
real
charge.
brains are. We know who the real wise guys are.
That's because, it's they always say you got to watch the quiet ones. That's right. Now we've just taken over.
That's it. That's it.
Let's of course start off with the SoFi score, 35-6-47, right there. If you haven't scanned this, make sure you've scanned at least this one, and this is the one to share with your friends. Make sure they're getting in the game, getting ready to raid the realms when that portal opens. Get the loot, and we're all gonna have some fun. What was that?
Always have to check it just to see.
Double check. Get the loot. Yes, and we got some viewers. Our friendly family that always shows up. Cappy Queen, happy Monday to all the fam. Yes, Ella in the house. Best way to start the week here with the wise guys. George, good evening, crypto family. Thank you, George. Thank you for showing up. Happy Monday, everyone, from M2 Hat Girl to Crypting Chaos. The only good thing about Mondays is the wise guys. I love it. Monster Madness Monday. M2 Hat Girl. Thank you. JH, good evening. What's up? Alfie in the house. Hi to you. Ariel, happy Monday. Be Monster Monday. Very good. Well, thank you very much for showing up. Appreciate it. Hit that like, share, and subscribe. Get all the rest of our friends in there. We were talking a little bit about March Madness. Besides my hair, the only thing madness going on are these brackets. The brackets blowing up. I made a quick chart which included our friends' names in here. Dr. T happened to pull Connecticut, which I am now rooting for since my BYU team was ousted before the spinny wheel ever gave it to me. But Dr. T's in the hunt. He's going up against Oswald for San Diego State. They're going to be fighting for getting to go to the next game to see who wins the East. Illinois is Tom's. Iowa State heading up against Richie B. North Carolina is GB. Alabama is Martinez. Very nice. Now, this is one I would love to see in the same room. Sir Francis has Clemson and versus Arizona and FOMO. Of course, that would be a fun game to watch with the both of those guys. Good stuff. Houston is Kim B. Up against Duke, RJ Oakley. That'd be a good one. NC State, Lou has that. Marquette is Besim. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. Purdue, Khalid A. Gonzaga, Honey Radio. And is that Crichton? Will T. Up against Lord Pack and Tennessee. All fighting for the Midwest. That will be, what do they call that? The Fantastic Eight or something? Or the Grade 8?
Is it already done? That's 16, right? Is it already done?
No, it's the Sweet 16 right now. These are the 16 teams. Wow. 8 on each side. And then I guess, that'll cut in half to the Grade 8. And then the Final 4. And then that's it. Championship coming up in April, early April. So there it is. These are our friends who have skin in the game, as they say. So Monster Madness.
That flew by quick.
Yeah, it doesn't take long to cut in half. It's like the Halving. And so that's kind of what I named the show. Why is March Madness like the Halving? Because every weekend when they play these games, the crowd, the teams that are involved gets cut in half. Then it gets intense, the rivalries come up and people are upset and whatever. They missed the Halving. They don't understand it. What happened? All the field has changed. It's pretty cool. So a little bit of trying to tie in a little bit of correlation there. So we'll see. Floor in the house. Hello, Monster Family. Happy Monday. Chris, what's up, fellas? That's right, Chris. There he is right there. Scott McHenry. Howdy all. Good luck in the game with Clemson. There you have it. Steve in the house. Monster Mondays. Love your show. Thank you. GMGN Mondays with the Web3 Wise Guys. Hashtag learn. Very nice. Love it. Yep, we're here to learn.
Was the prize ever announced for this?
I did not notice the prize being announced, but I heard that there's stuff in the works, cooking up. I think it'll come out soon. We would have to listen to Austin. Maybe he'll be releasing that tonight after the we'll hit him up for that when we're doing the rating. The mobbing, tonight after the show. Good question to ask him on that.
I like the anticipation, especially if FOMO wins. If FOMO wins, maybe you could get a cookie. But let's say if Lou wins, it could be something special, because FOMO's won enough.
Maybe that's what he's holding out to see what the prize should be, depending on who gets into the next round.
I like that option.
I don't know. Next up, of course, well, that one got left in there, but yeah, tune in later on for the mobbing right here, Monster My City. And then, of course, I have to show off the bubbles. We did break over 70 today, which always causes a little bit of excitement. This guy throwing his weight around. ETH at 35. I just love the bubbles. I think it looks cool. But there's a quick snapshot of the market for people that want to pay attention.
I like the bubbles too. It kind of shows people that ask, what's a great hold? What's a great buy? Anything that's a bigger bubble is a great buy right now. Bitcoin, ETH, BNB, Sol, XRP, Doge, Pepe, they're all great buys,
Yeah. Of course, I mean, well, I don't want to say of course, but Bitcoin is the one on the tip of everybody's tongue. So they're looking for something because that $70,000 price tag is a little intimidating. You can look for other things in the marketplace, and you can see, of course, ETH is a pretty good sized bubble there up against the Bitcoin, but there's other ones out there that are showing their face, which is good. And of course, if you just watch this, it's called cryptobubbles.net. If you watch it, you'll get a feeling for what how things are moving. It's a pretty cool visualization up against each other. Obviously, there's those markets that just show the line graph and things moving up and down, but you can't see it in relation, because this one you can flip between the market cap and how big they are and what's behind them, not just the name and all that kind of FUD and FOMO that goes on with some of these crypto things. But you can see how much weight they have to play with, and Bitcoin is definitely one of them.
I like it.
And this was the my cover story. This was the thing that I loved the most today, that I saw the Bitcoin rainbow chart. So they just drew the band, and you can see that it's following along the rainbow. And of course, this is just a prediction over here. I guess I should put up the banner for us here. We're not claiming any financial advice, but as you can see,
the sniper's going to ask, is there a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow?
There definitely is. This rainbow is the pot of gold right there. I mean, this is an obvious, for charters and all this kind of stuff, you can see this. This is historical data. Obviously, historical history does not indicate future performance, all that kind of good legalese. But as the quants kind of make this up, the top of the line here is 10 million. So this out at the end of halvings. Now, I think 2040 is this last date down here. That's the last halving, correct? Then 100% of the Bitcoin will be out. But technically, right now, we're at 99% of Bitcoin already out into the marketplace, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, from here to here, there's not a lot of Bitcoin being mined out or created into the market or placed into the marketplace. So, this is all market results in here. In here, this was, people mining and creating and earning these into their wallets, which was a big force and big reason why it climbed this way. This is 99% of the Bitcoin is already out, and then it's just dribbling out after that. And this is all the market that's going to do that. In there, of course, now we have the ETFs in here, so they're going to play big. But this line right here, along where we are, is 100,000. So it's just below that right here at about 70,000. Today it hit 70,000, and then you have your $1 million Bitcoin. They're saying somewhere around 2032. I think who's that? Our friend Kathy Wood was calling for it before that. But these halvings have a big thing to do with it. We're at the 2024 halving. Then there'll be a 2028 halving and a 2032 halving. So by charting, they're saying $1 million Bitcoin by that halving. She's saying it'll come a little earlier. I think she was saying by 2030. So anyway, just a fun chart to look. Obviously, it's all fitting into place. And without any real black swans, it should end up in this range, which means, by 2040, you're looking at a $10 million Bitcoin. And that's why Michael Saylor, what was his saying? You don't need a full Bitcoin. You just need a tenth of it. So you can get yourself 10 million sats or satoshis, just the bit of the Bitcoin, just to have some fun with that. And that
Yep,
was
that's
pretty cool.
that's a very cool chart that it actually goes up and touches that 10 million just to show, that one day a Satoshi could be $1.
That's right. And
Mhm.
then, you're sitting pretty if you got just a little bit of it, and 1/10 of it right now, that'd be 7 grand. So 7 grand is not, it's nothing to sneeze at, but it's not a whole, $70,000 Bitcoin. Of course, that'd be great to have if then you're going to end up with 10 million bucks by 2040. But, it doesn't have to be as painful as, or as overwhelming as that might seem. M2 Hat Girl, Gonzaga's in the Sweet 16. Yes, good luck, good luck. George here, GBTC sell off finally done. They are covered. FTX 12 bankruptcy exposure. The halving will be interesting. Adoption is coming. Yes, to all those items. And this week, our friend SBF is being sentenced. They're asking for 6 years. 6 years is enough to, screw people out of $10 billion. His lawyers say, but I think he's up for 40 to 100 years in prison. So, yeah, good luck with that one. Sam Bankman-Fried getting sentenced this week. Very good, very good. What's up next? I have a bunch of these Bitcoin surges. We talked about that. So this is, just another part of the story that halving is only 25 days away. So we know the rest of that story. Here was an interesting one. I got a bunch of these. If you want to cut in, or we'll go over that. I'll just go through the news and then we'll go through your stuff. All right, Dust.
Okay, that's cool.
Plan B had a poll up. Now this guy, he's like one of the number one Bitcoin maxis that's on X or Twitter, and he had a poll up there. When's Bitcoin going to hit 100,000? And 71% say it's going to be this year, 2024. 18% says 2025. 5.1 in 2026 or later, and 4.9 people say never. Wow. Fun facts out of this that I like to look at, right? It has 53,000 votes. So there's plenty of people that voted in here. But then it had 210,000 views. So 210,000 people saw this and didn't vote in it. A lot like our own elections, right? So few people voted compared to that have seen it. And then you got only 850 likes, right? And 164 comments. I know when we're watching NFTs and projects and everything like that, I was going into big deals about, how big projects were and what they got. This guy has a ton of viewers, followers on his channel. And this, of course, done at 4 o'clock this morning, had 200,000 views, only 53,000 votes. So I just find that stuff interesting
Yeah,
when I'm
a lot
looking
of
at all that.
people probably maybe interacted with one of his posts before, and it
Mhm.
actually pulls his post into their feeds. So
Right.
even if they're just going down their feed and they scroll by it, he probably gets a view out of that because it actually went by their face, as they were scrolling. So, but
Sure.
53,000 votes, that's a strong interaction there.
Yeah, I thought usually I wouldn't put up something, but 53,000 people is a legitimate sampling
Hmm.
of crypto interested people. Obviously, that's the kind of person that's following him. And of course, 53,000 people, when you get 71% of them saying it's going to happen this year, um, those are the type between the banks and these 50,000 people, that's kind of, they're going to make it happen.
Yeah,
I
he
think
even got
it's going to be pretty
like
easy.
2,600 people to vote never. So it's
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
Yeah, so people that are definitely not into it, and then 26 or later, I mean, even 25 next year, if it doesn't happen this year, that's almost another 20%. So you're up to 90% of people. It's like this year or next year, boom, right? Gonna happen. So that's very strong for Bitcoin. Um, that was an interesting one. Oh, this was cool because I also met a guy at the gym who's a big real estate guy, and he said he is in search and has high demand for data centers. And Google, Amazon, the big players are in desperate need for data centers, and the power grid is also in desperate need to power these up. because they're building huge. They're putting huge amounts of money into the data center, and the power grid is having trouble, you know, juicing these things up. So there's huge demand in this, and how we got here is that they just didn't know how fast. We all know OpenAI was adopted in like a heartbeat, right? It had went
Mhm.
to 100,000 people using it in what was it, under 2 months. The
That was
adoption of
crazy.
OpenAI was absolutely mind boggling, and so um, the power that takes from these companies, obviously OpenAI, and then Google and Amazon coming up with their own stuff and using all this data, it's expensive, and not only in location, but it's also, powering it up. So that was a very cool thing to be watching. And of course, I did meet a guy that does the real estate for this, and he's like, the demand is overwhelming for places that can provide the power to these data centers. Um, I got just a couple more stories left. Stability AI CEO resigns to pursue decentralized AI. So I thought this was pretty cool. Of course, with decentralized DeFi is a buzzword for us in this crowd. So I thought I'd take a look at this. Um, so this guy Imad is stepping down from his role from Stability AI, the startup that helped bring Stable Diffusion to life. In a press release Friday, he says that he's leaving the company to pursue decentralized AI. And one of the quotes down here, which was pretty cool, um, I forget where it was, but I know exactly what he said was, he goes, the last thing we need is to promote another centralized AI. He goes, there's enough of those big boys out there. And he goes, that's not gonna break through anybody. So that's why he went with a decentralized AI. And he wants to do some good things with that. So Stability's flagship AI, Stable Diffusion, is used by many to offer text to image generation tools. It released its newest Cascade just a few weeks ago, and the option for researchers on GitHub. Stability AI also started offering paid memberships um, in December and to help fund its research. So very cool little story about that. The last thing we need is more uh, centralized stuff. So, and of course, AI, which we love to hear about. But this one, OpenAI heading to Hollywood to pitch revolutionary Sora. So we know that OpenAI and Sora is coming out later this year. A very cool thing in here. Producer Tyler Perry has already seen it in action and is so impressed that he put on hold plans for an $800 million studio expansion in his Atlanta base. So he's holding off because he wants to see this thing work, and he's so impressed that he's not going to need an $800 million studio in Atlanta anymore. So it is changing the landscape of what's going on here, and Hollywood has to realize that this AI, which is growing and becoming more and more useful every day, is going to put a lot of those people out of work that do animation and all that kind of stuff. And I have a lot of friends in that business, so they better. I hope they're using, uh, getting to learn how to use the AI.
Yeah,
Um,
they probably should have been studying up a little bit of that time that they were on strike, right?
yeah, it's
Do a deep dive into this and figuring it
yeah.
out.
They went to how are we going to get paid in the future? To they should have been how are we going to work in the future?
Mhm.
A little bit different. Um, just checking out for the last quote there, but
I
yeah,
mean,
that was
because
it.
if you think about it as a writer, who could prompt this better than a script writer, a screenwriter, right? I mean,
Right.
if they would put just shift their talent from the old way into the new way. I mean, nobody can prompt an AI better than somebody that's written movies in the past, you know. So
Right.
it's just a talent shift is all it is. So we've talked about it a million times. It's just those people they refuse to accept anything new, you know. This is a threat to me when actually it's just another tool.
I think that yeah, it's a tool. I think it's going to be amazing that the writers, if they start writing I know a little bit about the process where the writers make up, storyboards, just to show the concept of what's going on. They write the story and then they put up storyboards. If they're writing the story into the AI, the storyboards are going to be super simple, right? Because their
Mhm.
story is going to be a raw form of it. And then you have the real artists that use a lot of CGI and all this kind of stuff. They're going to be using AI and just talking it through, and it's only going to get better. I mean, when you see, what was it, movies like Avatar, right, which was just crazy. The awards they got for that stuff that they did in that movie, and even the Marvel stuff with all the huge fighting scenes and everything that goes on in there. Just incredible amount of intense work that goes in there. But if they have AI working just as fast as they're coding it in, or they want to see something else added to it, like the way that what was it, Monsters Inc. I think it was one of the first times that one of them, or it was Ice Age maybe, that one of the animals like breathed and it looked like it fogged the glass, and they just thought that was just a wild effect to add to a movie. It's like, why would it fog the glass? But it just showed that they could do that kind of stuff. So
Mhm.
you feel like you're there, filming these Ice Age monsters and stuff like that. It was just really cool. And the more they can add those kind of things into it, the more lifelike and crazy it's going to seem. And then of course they're going to be able to put these movies out. I mean, it takes years to do these animated movies when these guys are doing it themselves. So of course they'll just turn around and pump out content a whole lot faster. So that's going to be a thing as well. There's going to be just so much content coming out. But let's see what's up next. Ooh, this was an interesting one too. Did you hear about this? That Vitalik left Twitter,
I did
left
not.
X
I did not.
again? He's leaving X for Farcaster, a decentralized alternative. It's funny because I've seen interviews of why Elon bought Twitter, now X, because he just wanted free speech and he wanted people that, you know, don't have a voice to have a voice and not fear being censored, um, and open that up. And then you have to tolerate people that are saying things that aren't your point of view. So that's what free speech was all about. But from this article, Vitalik likes to hang out on Farcaster because he gets feedback and interaction from people that are like him. So, that was basically his answer, that he gets higher quality feedback and less, knuckleheads, ribbing him or saying stupid stuff or making fake accounts. They were also, um, he said, Twitter is the place where all the people are, but it's also the place where all the really annoying people are. And he said that's why he left the network. And then he was going for the Farcaster because it boomed in popularity earlier this year, and people are wanting him back to do that. But he's chosen to be with like peers on his island, so that that's the whole thing. If you're just going to sit in a bubble and talk to people you like, but I understand this guy's busy and wants feedback in real time from people that are working with him. I don't know if he does anything socially on it. Some people just use it for business and then don't really show their personal side or personal views as much. So I just thought that was cool. Farcaster um, is the place to hang out if you want to get in touch with Vitalik. So yeah, he was just looking for that higher quality of engagement from people that he hangs around with. So I guess that's what you want in a social thing, social setting.
I mean, we all want higher quality, but it's one thing to just completely leave the masses, And
Hmm.
maybe I don't know. Maybe he's tired of the farming and seeing all the goofy stuff on Twitter. That I mean, it does get annoying, right?
Yeah.
But it's just it's a fad, and it'll come and go. But yeah, it's kind of
Well,
crazy.
the
I didn't know that.
the other thing is that they said they don't like the fake accounts and the scams and everything that happens on there too. So he's kind of protecting himself and Ethereum and ETH, I guess, in a way, by people knowing that he's not there. So when that happens, you say, okay, he's not here. We know he's not on X anymore, so it has to be a scam.
Right.
Um, One thing that I see a lot of, and I'm just bringing this up because I see a lot of clips that from Joe Rogan. or even voiceovers that's not Joe Rogan. I'm like, that's not him saying that. But people are making accounts like the Joe Rogan Experience, Twitter account, and they are talking about him. But this is just a clip that I thought went along with this because he has a gigantic following on Spotify and X, and people are making fake accounts, and that's a big thing that they're worried about, is that people using other people's copyrighted material, but then also using AI to clone his voice and do crazy things. So that's why Vitalik's like, I'm not there, so anything you see for there is not me. So interesting stuff right there. Let's before we push it over to you, Dusty. Well, let's just see who else jumped in here with us. Good evening, Jason. How you doing, bud? How's it all going on a fine Monday? Yes, gentlemen. Night Owl. Hope everyone's having a monster Monday. Absolutely. The key to the lightning bolt must be the mobbing. Thanks, Richie. Larry Hopkins. Great info. Where crypto's going. Absolutely. Happy Monster Monday. That's Moab. LFG, let's freaking go. Austin in the house. Monday with the wise guys. Austin, everybody wants to know what's the prize for the brackets. We went over the brackets early in the show. SOS. We're gonna do that to the mobbing tonight, right? Yo. Empty Nomers in the house. Good evening, wise guys. Yes. All right, my man. That's what I got for tonight. So let's leave it up to you. I think you wanted to show off some stuff that was on OpenSea.
Yeah, well, I'm going to show this screen first. So it made me think of it when you were sharing all your Bitcoin news. I saw this in my feed today and thought it was kind of cool. Could you imagine, if you want to share my screen, being able to pop on a website and hit a Bitcoin faucet? This website was giving each visitor for free 5 Bitcoin, just for what visiting their website back in
5 Bitcoin. In 2010. Oh, okay. So this is an old post. All right.
2010. That today would be worth 300.
I was like, what are we doing on this show? We got to get over there. It's 2010.
I wish, right? But it's not that long ago. 2010.
It's not, but it's.
Pop on the website and you got 5 free Bitcoin out of the faucet, and it'd be worth $352,000 today. It'd be stinking amazing. And you know us, with all our different browsers, we'd be raking it in, right?
Oh yeah,
we'd be hitting it from every browser. So I remember seeing that when you were sharing your graph that went back to 2010. I was like, oh yeah, I remember seeing this. This would be kind of cool today. And
just to add, I wonder how many people were making rainbow charts or charting about where Bitcoin was going to end up, and if these people even believed, like, oh, I'm collecting 5 or 10 a day or whatever they're doing. It's like, yeah, I think I should save these because someday they'll be worth. I mean, granted, everybody thought, oh, someday it's going to be worth $1 million, but when it comes time to pay the bills, they go, I'm just going to get rid of this and do what I got to do. We know the story. It was 10,000 for a pizza, and then the guy that took that 10,000 turned it into a Honda Civic or something like that a couple of years later, and but he doesn't have those now. If he had those 10,000,
I can honestly say I would have sold out. When it was like, I don't know, $500 or something. Dude, I was not into crypto then. I was all into the fishing world. So that's like a brand new set of electronics, a brand new rod and reel. So I've been like, ka-ching, score, not knowing, not having that information that we have today. That's what makes it more valuable to us, is that we know where it's going and what it's going to do. So I can say, had I got that back then, I've been long gone. I've been crying the blues. Like, what did I do?
Yeah, I don't want to touch any of it. But the drama going through my head is like, how do I get more? I need more. I need to have more because I know where it's going, right? And I would love, next year it's going to be like, I might not have to worry, in a year or two, but I'd be like, man, you knew this was going to happen. Why didn't you get more?
So I don't know. I think if you've been in it over the last year, you're early enough. And if you just play your cards right and you're smart with your money, Sell will never be in our vocabulary. It'll be leverage. We'll leverage our assets and use our assets to make more money. I mean, that's why we've been in this whole decentralized phase, learning for the last couple of years, right? Is we understand how all that works. So we're going to be able to leverage our assets and let our assets make us more money. So hopefully we'll never have to worry about the word sell. So was a lot of freaking monsters. I heard there was a wardrobe party, a fashion show, if you will, and a bunch of monsters got dressed last night. So I was actually picking Austin's brain today. I was like, hey, what was the gas fee to dress a monster? And he's like, well, besides the $50 DMF contribution that you see here from Parker Strip, it was about $6. So $56. And I was like, holy crap. That is incredible. Like that's great. An awesome move. So maybe the last upgrade did have an effect, you know, on some of the gas
absolutely did.
Because, yeah, $6 to dress a monster. Like, holy crap. So, and we want to make sure we're doing this right. We want to make sure we're filling our DMF up. It's very important that we get that decentralized monster fund filled up. So make sure, you know, when you're dressing, you're also contributing, because it's a big metric there. But yeah, there was some cool
I think the last one I dressed, which was over a month ago, might have been 2 months ago, was like $85 all in.
Yep.
So, you know, with the $50 and then the extra. So
it sounds like it's gotten cheaper. I'm not sure what the GUI was last night. You can see right here it's 21. But that's always especially MetaMask will kind of pull in an estimate. You know, what you see there, hardly ever that's what it really costs to get it done.
Right. That's usually a very conservative high estimate of what really happens.
I was going through some of these and I thought this one was cool. Sweet Home. Sweet Home.
What is that? Sweet Home?
Yeah, that's Sweet Home.
Nice.
Kind of cool.
Sweet Home Monster.
Oh, did you see what that just did?
No, I just saw a little flash.
I clicked on it and it went straight to Magic Eden. Let's go.
Oh, there you go.
So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. And I hope people's been playing with Magic Eden, getting a little familiar with it. If you have not went and claimed your diamonds, they did put out an announcement. You have till April 12th to claim your diamonds. After that, they'll be gone forever.
Nice.
Gone forever. So this one is.
So you can put your stuff in on Magic Eden up until that day, and then claim however the calculation works for the diamonds that you get.
Yep. You'll want to connect the Ether wallet that you did all that patch trading out of, you know, to claim those diamonds. So yeah, beautiful. This one, Sweet Home, is in Oregon, here, United States, in Oregon. I'm still getting used to the different traits in here, but I think it's cool how they pull all the different percentages in here, you know, off the trait. So pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff. But I thought that was a cool one.
Yeah, that's always cool. Austin says monsters looking fresh. Grand Beast says sheesh.
Here's one. We got Sergeant Boom, or Captain Boom. Captain Boom. Let's go.
Captain Boom. Guy. Oh, nice.
He's even got the boom necklace. He's got the B for the boom.
Nice. He's got the Musk space outfit going on.
He's over in Belgium. He's got that bright orange background too. Which Apex still says is going to be the alpha one day to see that. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. Now, $100 contribution to the DMF. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go.
The DMF is the Decentralized Monetary Fund.
Santa Rosa. I wonder where Santa Rosa is. Sounds familiar. Philippines monster.
Nice. Love the hair.
So yeah, a lot of monsters getting dressed. I guess people got wind that it was cheap. Gas was getting cheaper. Is this Glendale, Arizona?
Now, nice. Now that goes right to Magic Eden, and
Yeah.
we like Magic Eden better because they have the royalties for the creators, right?
No. This is in Texas. Glendale, Texas. He looks like he's ready for a party.
Nice.
Ready for a party. Kind
Gum.
of looks like you a little bit, Tim. Kind of
Bubble
resembles.
gum. Almost. Almost.
So yeah, I like that. That's really cool that it goes straight to Magic Eden. So
Yeah.
yep, you can see
Good
up
hookup.
here. OpenSea is gone. OpenSea is extinguished. So it takes you straight to Magic Eden now.
Wah, wah.
That's where we want our traffic going. So
Nice. I love it. I
that's
love it.
where we want the traffic going to pick up monsters. So cool stuff.
And I will be going, just as a side note, because I'm thinking about Magic Eden. I'm trying to still score a ticket to the Magic Eden Yacht Party. It comes April 3, 4, and 5. I'll be in New York City at the NFT NYC. So
Nice.
gonna be degenning it up with all those people, and they have a yacht party going up the Hudson River. And I'm hoping to score a ticket to get on there and hang out with all these Magic Eden folks. So I better get in there and make sure I collect the diamonds will be on up until after that, but I definitely have to be on before the boat ride for sure.
We need some monsters on the boat.
That's
What's
right.
a yacht party without a monster?
That's right.
So now that that's linked over here, if you are trying to accumulate diamonds, of course, there's a toggle up here, and you can see that there's no monsters that are listed on Magic Eden site, which means that all these that are for sale are either listed on another marketplace like OpenSea, OpenSea Pro, Looks Rare, or Blur. Nobody has currently listed monsters over here, so kind of interesting. Now that it links over, maybe everybody will kind of start making the transition and get some monsters listed over here, because you do accumulate diamonds
for the sales
for them. Yep, for them being listed over here. So not just buying them,
you don't get anything out of Coinbase for or OpenSea. Sorry,
nope.
for
OpenSea has never rewarded. I'm not even going to call them customers. They never rewarded the infrastructure, the people that built what they have. So it's just crazy to me. So I did see OpenSea announced. Let's see if I can go find it. They did put out an announcement that was kind of funny, because they're a multi-billion-dollar company, right? So we expected, once Magic Eden kind of made their move, it's like, all right, OpenSea, what do y'all have up your sleeve? Like, you've known this was coming, so what was you preparing to do? And it was just something completely bogus, and we're like, what? That's your announcement? Like, that's your move? Like that's how you're going to combat all this? It was really kind of crazy. Let me see if I can find it.
What did they talking about, Taco Tuesday or something like that?
No, it was more of a tech move. Had nothing to do with royalties.
And Kim Brown's asking, can monsters be moved? And it's funny, be moved from OpenSea to Magic Eden? And
no, so they're actually on your wallet, right? They're not on OpenSea. They're in your wallet. It's just that's the marketplace that you chose to list it on. So if you want to list it on Magic Eden, you just simply list it for sale over there. If you want to accumulate 100% loyalty with the Magic Eden, and that's how you get the most diamonds, you actually want to delist it on OpenSea. So if you've got it listed, you're going to go in there and delist it, and then go over to Magic Eden and list it there. And that's how you're going to start building that 100% loyalty with Magic Eden. And that's where you get the most diamonds rewarded to you, is for being a loyalty customer over there.
Yeah,
but
so
you're
basically,
not moving it. So yeah, as soon as you connect your wallet, it shows you everything in your wallet. So.
Right. Those are yours, and you're in your wallet. You're just going to sell them on Magic Eden. Like if you were gonna take a blender that you had and went and put it on Facebook Marketplace, or you wanted to, sell a blender on Amazon. Those are just two different marketplaces. It doesn't change the fact that the blender's sitting in your garage waiting to go out for delivery.
Yep. So this is kind of where they come out with their announcement. We was expecting them to come back and be like, "Hey, OpenSea, we're totally back on board with honoring rewards back to projects. We want to make sure that all those projects that are putting all this stuff out are getting taken care of." No, they announced something that goes along with the Dankun upgrade, that they are thrilled to unveil Seaport 1.6, the latest generation of the most advanced NFT marketplace protocol in the EVM ecosystem. Seaport 1.6 introduces a new capability enabled the recent Ethereum Dankun upgrade called Seaport Hooks. So what this does is this kind of has a bunch of tech wrapped into it. Let's read through it. NFTs whose traits modify or upgrade in response to their price or volume in which they're purchased. So this sounds like that as an NFT has a buy pressure or something on it, its traits or its art can actually be upgraded and stuff, which sounds cool, right? Like that's some pretty cool tech, but it's like, the heck, why? All you literally, and Austin had the best response. He actually responded to him. Literally, all you had to do was honor royalties, and that was it. Like you didn't need to do all this. All this tech's cool, but that's not what was needed. All you had to do was honor royalties, and everything's cush. Everything's good. You've got this huge user base, and that's all they want. You know, so it was just kind of crazy, kind of a setback.
Yeah, well, everybody loves the royalties or perks, or things that fan rewards, whatever it is that people are after. I mean, that just makes the place exciting, right?
Yep.
And if Magic Eden's going to do it, they should step up and match that in some way. I mean, who knows what diamonds are going to end up being or doing, but hey, if you're getting diamonds, perks, or rewards, if you're getting them on Magic Eden but not on OpenSea, why would you go over to OpenSea?
Yep.
And
Austin's right in this comment here. It is really cool. I mean, it's really cool tech. What can be done with NFTs? It made me scratch my head. Like, what about those that were before? Let's take the social beasts, for instance. Does that mean that for them to be integrated with this new tech, that they would have to merge it on a whole new contract, meaning that you would have to get everybody that owned a bee to trade in for a newbie or something? So might be something he could talk about on one of the morning alpha shows, because it sounds like it's an upgrade that wouldn't just upgrade with the old contracts. It sounds like it would have to be a new contract, meaning that all those NFTs would have to be traded in to go on that new contract. So it's like, I don't know, man. It's just like, why didn't you just honor royalties? It's a pretty simple fix. And once you get your user base back happy with you, then go into integrating stuff like this. So I don't know. Right. It's just a head scratcher for me.
I mean, these upgrades are important for people in their collections. I mean, that's good, making the car faster and cooler, but it's not the rewards that people are getting to show off other places.
Yeah, and I mean, there's some cool bullet points here, like NFTs that can be bought with certain currencies or other NFTs. It'd be kind of cool, right? What if you could burn some crappy NFTs to purchase an NFT you want? That might do something. We do it in the token world. Like we'll sell 10 meme tokens that didn't do what we wanted them to go buy another meme token. So there's some cool tech there. It's just like, man, this was y'all's big announcement. After Magic Eden just really come in and stomped on y'all's head, it's like, this is it. This is all you're going to offer. So,
yeah. Hello, Susan. Monster Monday in effect, yes. And Steve's asking, can we get diamonds for our B NFTs?
Yes. So you can go back. It's not necessarily for the B NFTs. It's for any trading you did out of that wallet. So I had a lot of people ask me, their B's got moved to a ledger, and they're like, do I need to hook my ledger up to claim my diamonds? And the answer is no. You want to connect the wallet where all the trading was done, where you actually purchased and sold those NFTs, because that's the data it's going to read to reward you with your diamond. So a lot of people have moved those assets to a ledger, as they should, because they are valuable assets. It's just that wallet that was kind of considered your hot wallet, the wallet you use to buy and sell and all that stuff. That's the wallet you want to connect. So
Right. So you don't need to connect your ledger.
right.
Beautiful. All right. I think that's you got anything else?
Nope. That's pretty much it. OpenSea, I still use OpenSea a little bit.
Uh-huh.
This is where I kind of go in and see what was recently created. You can use this tab here. Magic Eden don't have this yet. Their filter is not as elaborate as this, so I still like this over here just for the recently created, and I can kind of go in here and see the monsters that were recently dressed, just like you kind of can on the website. You know.
Yep.
So
That's very cool. That's a cool feature. I hope Magic Eden integrates that,
I think they
so we
will.
can watch, because there's going to be a lot of dressing going on,
Yep.
and it'd be cool to click that button and see it over
Yep.
there, since we have the direct link from Monster.
Well, this is cool. This is cool too when they're actually minting, because you can actually see, you know, as they're minted, you can actually see them pulled into this filter. So it's kind of cool.
Right.
I think Magic Eden will have it integrated. They're still building all this stuff over there.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. So with that, I think we're going to talk a little bit that we have mobbing going on tonight. Austin was in the house. Austin, please confirm that you've got your mobbing going on somewhere. If not 9 o'clock, 9:30, shortly after, something like that, when we were working about Texas time. I know we started at 8 Eastern time, and usually we go for an hour when Ray's here, pulling in all that other information. Mob roll call. All right, so the roll call is going to happen tonight after the show. If we're gonna chop it off here just a hair early, so everybody will have time to get a drink.
I was going to bring up another point. Like, we went and looked last night and seen all those monsters dressed last night. What does that mean for your monsters on the map? Well, that could mean one less GM for you, because as that map gets filled up more and more and more, those new monsters are going to start intercepting some of those GMs. So if I've got some monsters here in Georgia, and there was a bunch of monsters dressed in, let's say, Tennessee and in South Carolina, North Carolina, well, some of those GMs that I got from, let's say, New York or something up in the northern region may not reach me anymore, because they're all those new monsters getting dressed. So it's very important to not just be collecting stamps, but getting people in your area to download the app and be collecting stamps themselves. That way you make sure that the monsters around you are getting fed the GM. So we all need to be doing our part. It just, every time I see that, it's like, it makes me want to work harder, because it's like, all right, that may be 5, 10, 15 GMs less that I'm receiving a day. So I need to be picking people up to download the app to make sure my monsters around me are getting fed, strengthened, ready to go.
Would you call it mobbing?
I would call it mobbing. Make sure you're mobbing.
I mean, you want your neighborhood mobbing and getting into the game and checking all this stuff out. Thanks for another great show, Web3 Wise Guys. Thank you, Night Owl. Lead, would it benefit from the game Opus AI if I didn't? Oh, could he benefit even if he didn't have a monster?
Oh, absolutely. You can still play the game. Still play the game. You can still be collecting stamps. We know we've heard enough through the grapevine that stamps are going to be used to go into the portal. They're going to be used as currency. So absolutely, you do not have to have a monster to be playing the game. So be collecting those stamps. That is the number one thing right now.
But I'm going to add, and I'll put up the banner here, but the monsters are going to travel on their own rainbow. So, you don't have to have one to be in the game, but the monsters are going to travel just like, their own rainbow correlation there. So,
well, I mean, being in the game is important. Of course, owning a monster is like very bullish, very important. But you can also be playing the game and have the opportunity to mint a monster, because we know that when you raid the portal and you raid the loot boxes, that there's going to be monster mint codes in there. So it's a good way to obtain a monster is by collecting stamps, going in there and being able to obtain your own monster mint code. So get in the game. Get in the game.
Yeah, as far as we know, there's a lot of monsters left to get. So you don't have to worry about getting one off OpenSea or Magic Eden. The min code out of the rating would be a great find. Something very cool to get your hands on. So and I've heard that's going to happen. So that'd be really exciting. So definitely keep
What I told my
keep
friends
in the
and
game.
family. It's what I've been telling my friends and family. Don't ask me for a monster because I've only got a few, and those are mine. Get in the game and get your own. There's going to be plenty of opportunities. So put in the work, put in the effort, and get those monster mint codes. Let's go.
That's it. And Larry says very good info on Magic Eden and OpenSea. Cool. Collect those stamps and the puzzle pieces. Yes, absolutely. Get the loot. Thanks, God. Let's mob. Thanks, guys. Thanks. And yeah, there it is. Get loot. Get the loot. I'm going to play us out with the anthem, I think, with FOMO's anthem just for fun. Let me take that one down. But if that's it, get ready, get over here to Monster My City. Wait for this to light up and follow along. Jump in there with the mob and go mobbing and check out and learn from everything that's going on there. Learn from Austin inside our own space, and then wherever we head off to check out what's going on across the spaces. Right?
Let's get after it. Let's go mob it.
Good stuff. So I'll let this run it out. There it is, everybody. Pump it up.
No, pump it up. You got to pump it up.